I'm actually pretty excited that we got asked to do this because I don't feel like I'm worthy enough to be going through this and being able to accept all of this stuff because I was a turd, to be nicely put. um, Changed everything around in a short amount of time, and it still feels surreal, but it also feels like,
Too good to be true.
there we go. I don't deserve this, even though I do deserve this because we worked our butt off at it, but it's still hard to fathom that this is actually happening. We're graduating from Outsiders In, we've graduated community court, it's just one more stepping stone in the long journey of life, but it's still surreal. Sitting in the leasing office, filling out the tax paperwork, and then signing our lives away, as he likes to put, on our lease is when it became real.
Then just moving in yesterday and freaking moving everything in. We're just waiting to get furniture and everything. We got a brand new bed. Freaking, I took a hot bath, soaked my back because first bath in how long?
Since our last apartment back in 2024.
Me, I was born in Portland, in Oregon. 4 days after I was born, I was raised here in Washington, from Vancouver to Woodland, Cougar area. I kind of used to be smart. I graduated high school when I was 14, but I graduated with a diploma. I went to Job Corps. I went to culinary school. I really ain't got nothing to show for all the completions that I've had in life, but I don't know. I'm told I'm a double-edged sword because I'm book smart and street smart because I've been out on the street so many times. It was all due to the choices that I made in my life, and I didn't make some very good choices. So I raised my daughter the first 6.5 years of her life by myself as a single father in recovery. And when I lost custody of her and called the state of Washington on myself, had to agree to open adoption. In 2014, I lost all three things. I lost my daughter to the state of Washington. I lost my grandfather, who's my hero in life, and she gave birth to stillborn twins. So I really haven't been the same since then. And then I relapsed and then kind of screwed me up mentally. So I'd go on throughout life, have visitations with my daughter, all this stuff. But when they told me I wasn't getting my daughter back, I kind of really lost it. I kicked the doors out of the children's services up in White Salmon or whatever, Washington, stuff like that, and never saw my daughter again. And after 11.5 years of not seeing her, I got to reunite with her in 2024. And her adopted parents brought her down from South Carolina. They were even nice enough to ask her if she wanted to find me after she turned 18. Once the state of Washington was out of the picture, they helped her find me over Facebook. And I don't know how to carry on the conversation with her. I do the best I can because I don't want to offend her. I don't know what to say to her, but I reassure her that I want a relationship with her, and I just don't know what to say to her. So I at least try every morning and text her and tell her, ask her how she's doing, how her family up there in South Carolina is doing. Through all this, I've been with this woman right here for almost 14 years. We've been best friends for over 31 years, and we're finally getting married on 26th of this month. So right here at the tiny home community of 415 West.
Okay, so when we very first met, it was in, oh boy, a recovery meeting. And I was with somebody else, and the somebody else wasn't really treating me like any relationship should be treated, and ignoring me, and just no girl wants that. So he proceeded to tell my significant other at the time, if you don't start treating her better, some guy like me is going to come and take her away and treat her the way she should be treated. Well, a week goes by, and I go up to here, up in the center, to meet his family, which it was just at that point casual-ish. I met his family. I met his now deceased older brother. But the very first place we met was in a AA meeting at the URS Club in Portland. I'll feel that one. Hell. Not knowing where your next meal, even though you have food stamps, not knowing where your next meal is going to come from. And on top of that, having friends who you think are friends, but they're only really out to get what you have or what you don't have, but you do have. Trust is very few and far between. There's really people that you start out giving them trust, and then something, some way, somehow it always gets broken. Amazing. Not wondering where I'm going to get clothes, not wondering, oh, am I going to be able to take a shower today, clean up myself, being a female after that crappy time of the month. I don't have to worry about that now. I mean, since December 13th, when we moved in here, God bless the Heart team and Outsiders In for allowing us to even be here. Pretty much the whole Heart team bent over backwards to get us in here because they knew of our suicide attempts. They knew of our entrances into Rainier Springs for mental health, and they knew of his mental health and physical health conditions as well as mine. They were flat out, they do not have any reason to be outdoors. But it took a lot. I mean, being homeless took a major toll, but being here when we were here at 415 and now in our own apartment, we get to make the rules in our new apartment. And I feel that 415 West was an integral part of creating stability in our lives when we had none. I'm very grateful and appreciative to Outsiders In and every organization that we've worked with.
The day we decided that we wanted to both get clean, and we were with our recovery navigator on the 16th of November. And we both went in and checked ourselves in the Rainier Springs over on Thanksgiving week. And we both went in I went in for 6 days, she was in for 7 days. And we ended up staying on the street 2 more nights after we both got out of Rainier Springs. And then we got into the SOS shelter through Outsiders In.
For 2
and
more
2
nights.
days later, we were here 7 months ago today. And we've been cleaning this over ever since. I got a sponsor that I respect out here in the community. I want to do what he's doing. And if it wasn't for the Heart team, Outsiders In, and just the people at Community Court and Seymour, I wouldn't be where I am today. And when I decided that I was going to get clean and everything, the Heart team told me that she could get me an interview for a job if I was to get my head right and get clean. She kept her word, because now I work for Talking Trash. I'm getting ready to become a driver. And I go around cleaning the city parks and make it safe for the children to play in the parks again. And this all came back from back on the 16th. I hung myself off the overpass on 4th Plate in 205. I literally hung myself, tried to kill myself that day. November 15th was the second time I tried, and then we went into Rainier Springs. Honestly, I emptied all my pockets before I went and did it. And when I went to hang myself, some reason I was hanging there and I just heard a big old voice tell me that there was a freaking pocket knife in my back pocket, and somehow there was. And right as I cut myself down, my buddy comes underneath the bridge and drug me up this hill and freaking went and got her and everything. And then within that same week, within a couple days, I tried to do it again. Somehow, mysteriously, my rope had a slits in it, so I fell and busted my tailbone, which I'm thankful
Couldn't
for.
tell you who did that.
But somebody put slices in my rope, so didn't even get to. But the first time I cut the circulation off to my brain for like 2 minutes. And the 7 months clean, I'm learning how to, I just wrote the men's out of step 9 of the 12-step program to my grandfather and my brother. I'm learning how to deal with those emotions and mourn over them. But yeah, I just miss my grandpa and my brother. And I know they're smiling down on me proud right now. So I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm helping others. And I got a good friend of mine here at 415 that comes find out he's my little cousin, and he's now clean and sober just right behind me with 5 months. Other people at Community Court we've been inspired to go to treatment, and they've went. I just tell everybody nowadays that I'll pray for them, and there's a better way of life. There's a solution to a different way. The only thing I'll say is don't ever bottle stuff up. Learn how to express your emotions, because a real man can show emotions and feelings. You don't believe that, just don't believe that old saying that man doesn't show emotions or feelings because it's a sign of weakness. It's actually a sign of needing help, and a real man can ask for help anywhere.
Who are you and what did you do with my husband? No, I'm kidding. When I was in that dark place, don't be scared to open up, because you never know when somebody you look up to might have gone through the exact same thing. I can say that for all certainty that's why I chose the sponsor that I have, is because A, she's loud and obnoxious. She's also got a heart of gold, and she's been through a lot of the same exact trauma that I have. And And they were always telling me, you got this. You're stronger than your problems. And a lot of their positive affirmations is what got me through, as well as him. But we were both in the same situation, so it's kind of the blind leading the blind when you're in that situation. But when you have an outside source to help you, it doesn't make it so bleak. But all it takes is you to want it. And not everyone out here wants to get the help. But what I can say from own personal experience, don't knock it till you tried it. Because look where we are right now. We're not homeless anymore. We have a car. We have a dog, which is mine, that I absolutely adore, even though she's a bed hog. Being in those dark places, I always had an animal to like dry my tears and listen, because they don't talk back. And so it makes it kind of easier to open up, even if it is an animal, a hamster, guinea pig, frog, you name it. Something that you can open up to, even a stuffed animal. I even had those times where I didn't have an animal and I had stuffed toys, and opening up just made it easier. Like, just don't bottle it up. Don't do it, because it takes a toll on not only your mental health, but your physical health. And I seriously doubt my physical health would be as bad as it is if I hadn't bottled up those emotions from the time I was 4.5 till now. I don't think I'd be sick physically and mentally as I am, because stress takes a toll on the body. So does anxiety. And when you've been diagnosed with those for as long as you can remember, proof's in the pudding, it takes a toll.
I have to say my biggest barriers was my mental health. I always kept a lot of secrets buried from my past, and until I got those secrets out talking to somebody at least once every 2 weeks, it just kept eating me alive. And so I'd have to say it was my mental health and my drug addiction to methamphetamines, and a whole lot of pride.
And ego.
And ego. I didn't like to ask for help, but today it's, I like the old saying that my grandfather used to say, closed mouth don't get fed. So asking for help is better than bundling everything up and thinking that you're too prideful or too much of a man to ask for help. You're only human. Just asking for help can get you a long ways in life.